So today we will discuss electromagnetic flow measurement and ultrasonic flow meter for the measurement of the flow. So first is electromagnetic flow meters. A electromagnetic flow meter is a volumetric flow meter which does not have any moving parts and is ideal for wastewater applications or any dirty liquid which is conductive or water based. So the working principle that is used in a electromagnetic flow meter is the operation of electromagnetic flow meter or magmeter is based upon Faraday's law, which states that the voltage induced across a conductor as it moves at right angles through the magnetic field is proportional to the velocity of that conductor. So this principle or the Faraday's law, it is used in a electromagnetic flow meters. So electromagnetic flow meter use Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction to determine the flow of liquid in a pipe. In a magnetic flow meter, the magnetic field is generated and channeled into the liquid flowing through the pipe. Following Faraday's law, flow of conductive liquid through the magnetic field will cause a voltage signal to be sensed by electrodes located on the flow tube walls. Now you can see the diagram of electromagnetic flow meter. There is a core and coil, it is wound on a core which will produce the electromagnetic field, and there is a pipe through which the fluid it is passed, and there is a electrode and the non-metallic portion of the pipe it is shown on the pipe. So electromagnetic flow meters are particularly suitable for the flow measurements of slurries, sludge, and any electrically conducting liquids. It consists basically of a pair of insulated electrodes buried flush in the opposite sides of a non-conducting non-magnetic pipe carrying the liquid to be measured. The pipe is surrounded by electromagnet which produces magnetic field. The arrangement is analogous to a conductor moving across a magnetic field. Therefore, a voltage is induced across the electrodes. This voltage is given by E equal to B into L into V, where B is the flux density, L is the length of the conductor that will be equal to diameter of the pipe, and V is equal to average velocity of conductor, which is fluid itself in this case. Thus, assuming a constant magnetic field, the magnitude of the voltage appearing across the electrodes will be directly proportional to the product of average velocity and diameter, and therefore, in fact, this meter is volume flow rate meter. Non-conducting pipe has to be used as the output voltage gets short-circuited if metallic pipes are used. This is true when liquids of low conductivity are being measured. But when liquids of high conductivity are to be measured, the short circuiting has no effect. Stainless steel pipes can then be used. The voltages produced are small, especially at low flow rates. Therefore, the meter relies greatly on a high gain amplifier to convert the induced voltage into a usable form. So you can see the another diagram. There is a pipe that is shown and there is a magnet which will there is a N pole and S pole which will produce electromagnetic field, and there is a electrode that is attached on both the sides of the pipe. So you can see the another diagram. You can see at the center there is a pipe having diameter d. Then flow it is admitted from one side, from the left hand side, and around the pipe there is a electromagnet which will produce the electromagnetic field, and the voltage that will be generated across the electrode that can be measured to measure the flow rate. So advantages: they do not produce any obstruction to flow and hence cause no pressure drop. Second advantage, the voltage output of these meters is proportional to average velocity and hence it does not matter whether the flow is laminar or turbulent. So any flow that you can measure. The measurement is also independent of viscosity, density, pressure and temperature. Next is flow measurement of slurries and corrosive and or abrasive or other difficult liquids is easily made. Bidirectional flow can be measured by reversing the connections. So these are some advantages of electromagnetic flow meters. Disadvantage: conductivity of fluids must be higher than the certain minimum required. The meter must be full at all the times because it sees velocity as analogous to volume flow rate, and trapped gas bubbles cause errors. So these are some disadvantages of electromagnetic flow meters. Now the next device that is used for the measurement of the flow is ultrasonic flow meter. So you can see the diagram. There are the piezoelectric crystals that are mounted and that will act as a transmitter and receiver, and that is mounted inside the pipe. The operating principle of this type of instrument is based on the apparent change in the velocity of propagation of small magnitude pulses which travel through a fluid at a definite velocity of sound relative to the fluid. If the fluid itself has a velocity, then the absolute velocity of pressure disturbance propagation is the algebraic sum of the two. Since the flow rate is related to the flow velocity, this effect may be used in several ways as the operating principle of a ultrasonic flow meter. The method uses transmitters and receivers of acoustic energy. Piezoelectric crystals are used as both transmitters and receivers. So capital T means it is a transmitter and capital R means it is a receiver. So piezoelectric crystals are used as both transmitters and receivers. In a transmitter, electrical energy in the form of a short burst of high frequency voltage is applied to a crystal causing it to vibrate. So high frequency voltage it is applied to the transmitter, resulting the crystal causing it to vibrate. So the crystal that it start to vibrate. If the crystal is in contact with the fluid, the vibration will be communicated to the fluid and it is propagated through it. The receiver crystal is exposed to these pressure fluctuations and responds by vibrating. The vibratory motion produces an electrical signal in proportion according to the action of piezoelectric displacement transducers. The transmitter emits an ultrasonic pulse which is received at the receiver at time delta t later. Therefore, the velocity can be determined by either measuring the transit time or the phase shift. Now the figure shows a system which can be used external to the pipe carrying the liquid. Capital T and capital R are respectively transmitting and receiving crystals. They are either pressed to a exterior of a pipe or are immersed in the liquid so that the signal is transmitted through the liquid. The oscillator provides a sinusoidal signal of about 100 kilohertz to crystal capital T, that is transmitter, whereas crystal R, that is receiver, acts as a receiver. The functions of T and R are reversed periodically by a commutating switch. Hence, the transit time delta T is linearly proportional to the flow velocity, so that you can measure the flow rate. Now, the advantages of ultrasonic flow meter: they offer no obstruction to the flow. Their output is insensitive to variations in viscosity, density, and temperature. There are no moving parts. There is a linear relationship between output and input. They can be used for bidirectional flow. They have an excellent dynamic response. They have a good accuracy. The output being electrical in nature, the readout can be analog or digital. Now some disadvantages of the ultrasonic flow meter. The main disadvantage of a meter is its complexity and relatively high cost. So that is regarding the construction, working, advantages and disadvantages of electromagnetic flow meters and ultrasonic flow meters that are used for measurement of the flow. Thank you.